Good morning, friends, and welcome back for another fine day of the Power Summer Collegiate League alongside Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado. Bootleggers and Coyotes set to face off here today as the first pitch of the ball game. Wow, here we go. Comes home, and it's for a strike. 0-1. 9:01 the game's first pitch. Good morning to all. Happy Saturday morning. Day before 4th of July, 96 degrees here today in Palm Springs, and we're already stumbling. It's 1-1. Michael Carnazzo leading things off here against Eric Peterson to begin the ball game. The check swing makes it a 2-1 count. The Bootleggers serving as the home team in the orange tops and white bottoms. The Coyotes as the visiting team in their gray tops here today. 2 balls and 1 strike goes Michael Carnazzo, Ethan Johnson, and Wes Crockett here at the top of the order for the Yotes. 2-1 backs him up, 3 balls and 1 strike. Eric Peterson on the hill here, making his 4th start, 5th appearance. He's tossed 11 innings to the tune of a 1.09 whip this season. He'll get a little bouncy ball towards the middle, long run over for Gonzalez, and his throw is going to be well late. Infield single for Michael Carnazzo will begin the day for the Coyotes. Sam, help me out.
Defensively, the Bootleggers running out a lineup like this. In the outfield from left to right is Colin Jensen in left field, Henry Wright in center, Rich Myers out and right. Third to first on the infield, Tommy Eisenstadt at the hot corner, Greg Pavin at short, Graham Gonzalez at second, and Dalton Cram at first. Nathan Beckley catching today.
So a runner aboard here, a leadoff infield single, draws up Ethan Johnson. First pitch to him is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Entering today, the Coyotes find themselves in the middle of the pack, quite literally, the only team perfectly at the 500 mark, 5-5 this year. Runner goes, the pitch is high, good one to throw on, the throw skips in, tag is there, got him. Carnazzo nabbed at second base, and there's 1 away here in the first.
Well, that's good. This is the first time I'm getting a look at Nathan Beckley behind the plate. Looks like he's got a pretty strong arm on him.
There you go, 1 hopped it in there. That was the first time this season Carnazzo was caught on the bases. He's now 2 for 3 this season halfway through. 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Ethan Johnson now with 1 away and the base is empty. It's on the inside edge for a strike, 2-2. See if Eric Peterson can use that as a little momentum here in the first inning after a leadoff infield single. Try and come back from 2-0 to get Johnson. His 2-2 pitch. Floated backwards. Light crowd here on this Saturday morning. Saw some folks in town over yesterday. And got to imagine we'll have some pretty decent PSCL crowds here throughout today and tomorrow, clearly for the Independence Day weekend. 2-2 is pulled on the hands down the line, but foul.
You know, you mentioned that this Coyotes team is 5-5. My impression of them so far is that they have really good glimpses of being all the way put together. Solid base running, solid offense, solid pitching, and a lot of solid fielding from them. We've seen some really fine defensive plays in the outfield from the Coyotes.
Try a third 2-2. Fill it up. On the flip side, the Bootleggers find themselves underneath 4-5-2. That's 4 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. They are one of 2 teams in the PSCL this year that have 2 ties. Came back and hit Ethan Johnson. 3-2 fastball that ran away brings up Wes Crockett. Sam, can you guess who the other team who has 2 ties is?
I think it's either the Rush or the Chill. I want to say it's the Rush.
The Rush are 6-4-1.
Who is it then?
It's the Chill.
Oh, it is the Chill. Okay.
4-5-2.
Yeah, both of those teams have played a good bit at the other field. So
yeah,
as we speak, the Rush are playing at the turf field.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Rush only a couple of times this year. Wes Crockett to the plate, runner aboard at first. There's 1 out here in the first inning. No score, just underway, top 1. Check swing, yes he did, 0-1.
Yeah, we've only seen 1 tie at Palm Springs Stadium so far.
Exactly. I believe that was like a 7-all or a 6-all.
Something around there.
Something like that. I don't remember who was playing.
Flushed.
Yep. Runner at first, the 0-1. Misses low and off the plate. Lots of cloud coverage today. We might get some precipitation in this one. Off in the distance in the mountains to over the right field wall, we can see rain falling from the sky. 1-1, late on it, 1-2.
Yeah, there's some Prisoner of Azkaban type clouds out there in right field. No, you haven't seen that
Yeah,
movie,
you
but
lost me on that one.
super dreary looking. This is the first time we've seen a morning here in Palm Springs that looks a little bit gloomy.
Yeah, it was pretty humid yesterday and muggy last night. Fouled out of play. We even got a few drops last night around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Very few, should I say. Not even enough to fill the bottom of your cup. I got hit in the arm, is what I'm saying. One drop hit my arm. I went, is it raining? Medium lead off of first base. On its way to Wes Crockett. Nice block here by Nathan Beckley. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Wes Crockett. Crockett out of Southern University. Right-handed bat, serving as today's left fielder. Try a 2-2. That's back-to-back full counts as the runner takes off for second on a wild pitch. So Johnson up to 2. After Wes Crockett, it goes Mason Velasquez, Connor Leard, and Braden Holiday. Bottom of the order, Shane Lamas, Josh Miyazawa, Randy Musgrave Jr., and Devin Blankenship. The starting 10 today for the Coyotes. First game of 2 here in the PSCL. Well, I don't know. Can we call the third game tonight a PSCL game? I guess it technically kind of is.
Might as well.
3-2 foul back. Haymakers Lumberjacks at 11:30, and then the showcase game tonight, the PSCL uncommitted team taking on the Palm Springs Power at 5:05.
I'll tell you what I'm excited for is seeing the PSCL team wear their own jerseys. Gives you the old All-Star game feel, all the different colors and embellishments all together.
I hate that you had to say old.
Well,
Called strike 3 at the bottom part of the zone. Crockett thought he saw ball 4. First strikeout of the day for Eric Peterson. And there's 2 gone here in the inning. Runner at second for Mason Velasquez. I just wish we didn't have those jerseys for the Coors game this year.
yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, if they were a cup of tea, they would be Earl Grey.
Got him. Gets the job done, but not necessarily what you like.
I want sleeveless jerseys in the All-Star game. That's what I want.
With no undershirts?
Yep.
Cincinnati Red style?
Gun shows.
Michael Lorenzen and company. Mason Velasquez with a chance to bring home the game's first run. He checks the swing and takes it downstairs.
I find it interesting that the first person you always say whenever we talk about those jerseys, as we have twice ever, is Michael Lorenzen. The first person I think of is Dietrich. Every time.
I went to school with Lorenzen, that's why.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yep. Fullerton kid. Pitch in the dirt, runner a late jump, but he's going to get in safely. Another wild pitch. And I'm going to give that a pass ball. Change my mind. Yeah, went to school with Lorenzen. He was drafted in 2013. I didn't have any classes with him, but watched him a million times. He went to Fullerton High School. Was and is friends. Remember I told you that story about the Sports Center story the other day?
Yes.
Her friend. Went to school together. In for a strike. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter.
Never had any classes with baseball players at UGA. A lot of football players, a lot of basketball.
Had a couple of journalism majors. Smacked into right center field and get towards the alleyway. Bring home a run as well. Velasquez up to 2, and it's an RBI double to put the Yotes on top. It's 1-0 here in the first.
Yeah, that's that offensive showing a flash of brilliance. Just Mason Velasquez showing why he splits time with the power. He has serious power.
Well, got a pitch soft and over the plate. BP fastball, and Velasquez did some damage with it. That's his 9th RBI of the season, which leads this Coyotes squad. Double number 2. Brings up Connor Leard now to try and do such the same. Couple of guys will be in that game tonight from this Coyotes team. Pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. We'll see Theo Forche, Joseph Murphy, Vincent Ciccolillo, Hunter Haynes. Mostly pitchers on that side. 2-0. I'm curious to see how that'll shake out tonight, Sam, as far as pitching is concerned. Is everybody going to go an inning? Or because there's 10 pitchers on the roster. And I only have 7 spots. So we'll see. Down and in. 3 balls and no strikes here on Connor Leard, the designated hitter. Out of the 5 spot. 2 away, 1 run home. We're in the top of the first, 1-0 Coyotes.
I think I'm going to have to grab a sticky note or something. Is that what you would do?
Nope, I just keep on riding as far as I can. 4-pitch walk to put Leard aboard at first. I've had, I think, 8 or 9 is the most I've seen in a single game. And what I've done is just keep riding off to the side. A little bit of room at the bottom. I put one more, maybe put another one next to it. Just total where I can. Most I've gotten is, I think it was 16 innings is the furthest I've gone in one game. And my book has spots for 15, so I had to draw an extra box. First pitch to Braden Holiday is a called strike to break up the 4 in a row. Holiday with the runners at first and second now and still 2 outs. And that's quick here for Peterson to get ahead 0-2. Love to see that. Get him back in the count after falling behind 4 times. Now you can do whatever you want. 0-2 pitch. Braden Holiday out of Sierra College. 6th batter of this first inning. Called strike 3. Just painted it there on the outside edge as Holiday goes down, looking like Crockett before him for the final out of the inning. So 2 strikeouts for Peterson, a walk, a hit batter. 2 hits in the frame and an RBI double for Mason Velasquez. Puts the Yotes on top. 1-0 as the Bootleggers come to the plate for the first time today. One to nothing score as we enter the home half of the first. Dale Bratz gets the start today for the Coyotes. His first pitch to Graham Gonzalez misses up and out. A run across in the top half of the inning, courtesy of Mason Velasquez. And we'll see how the Bootleggers respond in their first trip to the plate. Swing and a miss here by Gonzalez. Then it's Nathan Beckley and Henry Wright. Middle of the order goes Rich Myers, Colin Jensen, and Tommy Eisenstamp. And then it goes Dalton Cram, John McCutcheon, Ryan Hoskins, and Greg Pavin. 2 strikes here on Graham Gonzalez, the second baseman. 1-2. Breaking ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Steve, is it too much to ask for every morning to feel like this? This is beautiful.
This is nice. 2-2. Who would have, or 3-2 rather? Who would have guessed 96 would feel so nice? Wow, Sam, actually for the first time, the temperature went down.
Wow.
That'll be a 6-pitch walk to Graham Gonzalez. Dale Bratz working quickly here. Nathan Beckley to the plate. This is the first time we've started a game and then it has gone down. At least that wasn't a night game. On the PSCL, it started, it was 96. It's now 94. You know why?
Clouds.
The rain's coming. That's what that means.
The rain.
The rain. Here comes the rain. Do-do-do-do. Pitch is on the edge for a strike on Nathan Beckley. We'll get to the defensive arrangements here for the away Coyotes here in a second. Nathan Beckley, a runner at first. Talking about the PSCL uncommitted game tonight. Fouled off. And all the guys that will be in that game are not in the lineup today here for the Bootleggers. Who knows? We might see them at some point in this one. Not uncharacteristic of guys playing multiple games in one day. On its way to Beckley. Misses out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. For the Bootleggers, Xavier Jacobs, Jeff Broaders, Matt Atencio, and Marcus Weinzimmer. 2-2. The uncommitted PSCL squad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the Power mostly to keep up with the changing substitutions, pinch hitters.
It's going to be something.
A lot of different game plans you have to prepare for.
That's 2 full counts already here for Dale Bratz.
And I'm sure their PSCL are going to be playing a lot of matchups.
Well, they got plenty of guys to do it. Stays alive. I didn't count, but from what I'm looking at, it's a healthy roster.
Yes. We rarely ever see the Power, even in blowout wins, go through their entire bench. So for the PSCL to manage it today, we'll see what they come up with.
Just counted 26. 26 on the roster tonight for the PSCL uncommitted team.
Yeah, that roster's been eating well.
Sure. Another payoff outside. That's 2 walks. Gets the Bootleggers a little bit of life here for Henry Wright. That game last night was rough. 16-2. Power won it over the Arroyo Seco Sentinels. Somehow that ball game stayed under 3 hours. I don't know how that's possible. Henry Wright just got hit square in the back. We've seen Dale Bratz already this year. And he is struggling here in the first inning to find the strike zone.
We've seen Dale Bratz here this week.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. He's already pitched this week. They're going to go talk to him after 2 walks and a hit batter. Bases loaded for Rich Myers. Now, that game last night, 16 runs, 20 hits for the Power. The Sentinels didn't score until the 8th inning last night. Again, it was a 16-2 final. Biggest win of the year. Most hits of the year. Most runs of the year. Most fans leaving mid-game of the year.
Right. Yeah, Dale's going to have to stick it out because not only the Coyotes do have a pretty full pitching roster. They have around 10 to 12 pitchers that they've used already this season. But 4 guys out of their bullpen are playing tonight. Want to conserve those arms, and they're some of the best ones that they have. Saw Hunter Haynes and Joe Murphy go yesterday, or 2 days ago.
First pitch, a strike, 0-1 on Rich Myers, who's tied for the league lead in doubles right now with 4.
Had a huge week, one of our players of the week.
Wrong guy to face if you are the Coyotes. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 0-1 to Myers. Rich takes it high, and it's 1-1. Dale Bratz making his second start, third appearance. We've seen 67% of his outings this year now, including this one. And that one came back and hit him. That will tie the ball game. A hit by pitch. 2 walks and 2 hit batters now. Colin Jensen now to the plate, looking 1 pitch, 1 spot. If he gets it first pitch, let her rip. Wasn't what he was looking for. It's 0-1. It's an RBI, by the way, for Rich Myers. And he's ahead here at 0-2. For Myers, that's his 7th RBI of the year. Second on the team. Who leads it, if you had to guess, for the Bootleggers?
Probably Jalen Freeman.
Good guess. Jalen Freeman, 9 on the year.
Not playing today, but he's most definitely going to play with the power tonight, I would imagine.
Foul out of play. Colin Jensen swinging here on 0-2 with nobody out, actually. Bases loaded. This is the 5th batter of the inning.
Got a lot to live up to coming in center field as a replacement for Brian Leaf with the power.
Yep.
He does it well.
Ball got away. That'll bring home the go-ahead run. 2-1. Bootleggers lead it here in the home half of the first. Really want to see Josh Miyazawa get down and smother that ball. He allowed that ball to kind of roll up the side of his leg as opposed to leaning in the right direction. Floated backwards. It's 1-2 still.
It's tough. Josh catches just about every single game for the Coyotes. I have a couple of catchers on the roster, but most of the time he's handling it behind the plate. Spends a lot of time with all the pitchers on this roster.
Dale Bratz can also catch. Lifted right side, long run in for Lamas. It'll be the second baseman Johnson instead to make the grab. Shout out to the St. Louis Cardinals. That's not an infield fly.
Ouch.
Uh-huh. Take a look defensively here for the Coyotes.
The outfield left to right, they have Wes Crockett in left, Braden Holiday in center, and you saw Shane Lamas in right. Third to first on the infield, Devin Blankenship at the hot corner, Michael Carnazzo at short, Ethan Johnson at second, Velasquez at first, Josh Miyazawa doing the catching.
First pitch, a called strike on Tommy Eisenstadt. This is better from Bratz here to start out 0-1 as opposed to 1-0. Don't need to rehash that conversation for the 100th time at this point. High for a 1-1 count.
FPS has a whole different meaning to baseball guys.
Ah. Not playing Cyberpunk 2077?
No.
Okay. 1-1. Sliced down the line, but well foul. And it's 1-2.
I consider that more of an open world fantasy game.
It's not fantasy. No. Definitely not.
Oh, everything's gonna come true.
Eisenstadt 6'2", 215. Yes. Went to Menlo Atherton High School from Menlo Park. He slices one again towards left field, up for Crockett. He makes the grab, tagging at third is Henry Wright. He will come in to score a 3-run frame. There's 2 outs now, but the Bootleggers have a 3-1 lead, still without a hit. Sacrifice fly for Tommy Eisenstadt. It's a first-person shooter, open world RPG. Just in case you're wondering.
True colors showing a little bit, Steve.
A little bit. Dalton Cram. I really don't care. Dalton Cram to the plate, the first baseman. Runner at second base now, and 2 gone. Many people have no idea what we're talking about or what any of those words mean. That's fine. 1 ball and no strikes.
You just spoke Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. Man, that was so disappointing. I think about that every now and then. That game.
Every now and then it's in my head rent free. Should have been too good.
Didn't catch the strike zone there. It's 2-0. I just wanted so much more out of it, Sam. I just wanted it to work. That would have helped.
It could have really given us a fresh start for 2021, and it just did not.
Just didn't. Fouled backwards, 2-1. Couldn't even run on my PC. I was at like 20 frames.
Oh my gosh.
It would like spike. Like I'd be running at like 45, which isn't great. And then it would just drop to like 18 out of nowhere. And I'd run into a wall.
Might as well play solitaire.
Yeah. Pitches upstairs, 3-1. Yeah, open up that solitaire. Hanging out at Club Trinidad. Just play a little solitaire. On its way. Ground ball back up the middle, and the first base hit is going to bring home another for the Leggers. 4-1, they lead it in the first. RBI single for Dalton Cram. Brings up the 8th batter of this first inning. John McCutcheon will come to the plate now. McCutcheon yesterday had just one trip to the plate and ended up striking out. That was against the Blue Sox. He'll roll one softly towards short, takes a big hop, go the easy way, end the inning. 4 runs across here for the Bootleggers on one hit to take advantage of a couple of mistakes as we go to the second. 4-1, they lead it. To the top of the second we go. The Bootleggers now sitting in front with a 4-1 lead after a 28-minute first inning. The first batter will be Shane Lamas as he leads things off here for the Coyotes. Alongside Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. Happy Saturday morning from Palm Springs, California. Second pitch will be lifted to the left. Colin Jensen stares. He makes a grab. There's one away. It is a nice morning, Sam.
I was telling the Coyotes head coach before this game started, this feels a lot like what a morning game would be like in Florida.
Ah, how about that? Never been. Called plenty of baseball throughout the country. That's one of the stops I haven't made. And, of course, it happens to be in one of the hotbeds of talent.
Right.
Josh Miyazawa, after 2 pitches, wasted Lamas. The first pitch, he swings and misses. Took something off of it there, and it's 0-1. Let's see, where have I called? Obviously, California, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama,
West Virginia.
Take
me home.
Country Road, Maryland. For a strike, and it's 0-2. Washington, Oregon,
Idaho,
Canada, British Columbia, I should say. Anywhere else? South Carolina. Did I say South Carolina?
I think so. I think you worked your way up the
North
East Coast.
Carolina. Did I say that? West
Yeah.
Virginia. California.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Haven't hit any of the other Southwests. Haven't hit Nevada or Arizona or anything like that. 3 pitches to get his third punch out. Miyazawa forced to chase that one. And Eric Peterson determined to make it a quick second.
We've seen this once already this season from Eric Peterson, but he really starts to hit a groove when his team gives him the lead.
Well, they did that for him. We're in the second. It's still 4-1. Randy Musgrave Jr. to the plate. 2 gone. 2 strikeouts in the last 3 batters faced here for Eric Peterson. First offering, popped it up. Maybe playable, probably not. Give it a look. It's well out of play. 0-1. You can tell, obviously, for fans who have been tuning in all summer long, the light is much lower. For, I think, the first time this season in the PSCL, we don't have towels covering our equipment to keep them cool. And we both, well, you still have your sunglasses on. I don't have mine on today. We usually stare directly into the sun here in these morning games. Swing and a miss, late on it. It's quickly 0-2. I'll take it, man. Any reprieve from the sun, that's what kills you. The heat, sure, hot, but it's the sunlight. 0-2 pitch. 1-2. Again, we might be seeing some weather here today. Keep an eye on the radar. See if we get anything. Heads up. 2-2.
The good thing is we'll know ahead of time it's going to hit the turf field before it hits us.
Yeah.
We'll see them
That's
scramble
where it's
back.
coming from. Wow. That's a bummer. Ground ball towards short. Racing in is Pavin. Going to be a tough play. His throw is offline. Oh, they say he kept his foot on it. I could have sworn I saw some daylight between the bag and the foot from Dalton Cram, but apparently he kept his foot on the bag. The ground out goes 6-3. I'll tell you what was unfortunate when we come back to the bottom of the second. Bootleggers leading at 4-1. Moving this ball game to the home half of the second, it'll be 9-10 and 1 due up for the Bootleggers as they currently hold a 4-1 lead. First pitch from Dale Bratz misses upstairs. I alluded to it earlier, but my favorite radar app is no longer supported. But the Weather Channel app has engulfed it, and now we have our very good radar. Pitch a strike, 1-1, and it looks like, I'm watching the real-time move past, but it looks like we might just miss us. Came back and hit him. That'll be the third hit batter of the day for Bratz. That was Ryan Hoskins, by the way. Yeah, it looks like it's going to, this swell that's nearby, and we can see off in right field, and we have seen off in right field, is breaking up. Hey, we're on a break. Greg Pavin to the plate.
Storm decided to pivot.
Stop. That's enough. First pitch, a strike in the upper portion of the strike zone here on Pavin, the shortstop. Runner aboard at first. Nice smother by Miyazawa. That's what I was talking about last inning. That's what you want to see from him. That lean forward, get your knees to the ground, have your glove and hand underneath that glove right in front of you and lean forward and bring your shoulders in.
Make yourself a wall.
It's not really a wall, actually, when you think about it. You're acting like a wall as this one comes in for a strike. But you're kind of more like a curved monitor, really, because you're kind of bringing your shoulders in. You're leaning forward. Well, what else is that shape, Sam?
True colors.
Popped up into center field, moving over Holiday to make the grab. There's one out. Okay, maybe parentheses, I guess. Sure. I don't know. Just a kind of whatever half bracket, whatever you want to call that. You're bringing your shoulders in and leaning forward to kind of create this curve, nature.
A concave.
Yeah. To make sure that that ball has multiple angles to kick back right into the middle of you.
You turn yourself into a half pipe.
Sure. Not as harsh. That's not physically possible. Unless you're a dancer in the 96,000 of In the Heights. First pitch is fouled off by Graham Gonzalez. He walked and scored in the first. It's still 4-1. One away here for the Bootleggers in the bottom of the second. So maybe the old adage of make yourself a wall isn't necessarily true. Out of play, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, I'm going to send that up to the big boys. Start saying, turn yourself into a curved monitor.
All right, Sam.
It's just funny.
What else would you call it? I feel like that's a pretty good analogy. That's what it looks like. That's what your shoulders look like.
I was thinking of something that would block something or hold within.
Fine, a Hoover Dam. I don't know. 1-2 the count.
I like that.
Coming home. Lined into center field. It will hang up just enough for Holiday. Gonzalez can't get it down in the outfield grass. There's 2 away for Nathan Beckley. Not great. Now the Weather Channel is giving me notifications already.
Uninterested. Unsubscribe.
I just want breaking news. Okay. Nathan Beckley walked and scored on a wild pitch in the first. It's still Bootleggers 4, Coyotes 1. 2 outs now. First pitch lined out of play. It's 0-1. Might see Ryan Hoskins attempt to take off here during this at-bat. Lined into right center field. That's going to get down. First to third now for Hoskins. As Holiday cuts it off, and the Bootleggers cooking with 2 outs. Runners on the corners for Henry Wright, the 3-man. Good piece of hitting for Nathan Beckley.
The Bootleggers are brewing.
There you go.
They're brewing.
Beckley just kind of went down and got that pitch that was below his knees. Nice job to bring his hands in. Stay strong to pull it. Henry Wright was hit by a pitch, scored on a sacrifice fly in the first. 2 gone still, slightly open stance. He'll take one high, 1-0.
A bootlegger's not like a pirate, right? Not like a drunken pirate, like a Jack Sparrow. It's just a person that makes whiskey or something, right?
Swing and a miss. We'll see. I actually don't know. I know there's a brewery in Fullerton called Bootleggers, and I believe they have one in Riverside as well.
That's the first thing that came up.
That's funny. Slow tapper towards third. It gets right through the wickets on Devin Blankenship. That will bring home a run. Hustling up to third is Beckley, and it's 5-1. That'll go as an E5, no RBI. Just pulled up too early. Brings up Rich Myers. He was hit by a pitch at the bases loaded. Here you go. Rum running, or bootlegging is the illegal business of transporting or smuggling alcoholic beverages where such transportation is forbidden by law. Runner takes off for second. And safe there is Henry Wright. So there you go, Sam. It's smuggling, essentially.
The smugglers.
Smuggling usually takes place to circumvent taxation or prohibition laws within a particular jurisdiction. Say that 5 times fast. High with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beckley at third, Wright at second with 2 gone here in the inning. A run home, and the Bootleggers have added to their total, leading at 5-1. Myers can hit him where it hurts. He lifts one right center field. It will hang up. Just enough for Shane Lamas. That ball headed to the gap but got too much air underneath it. So they score again here. It'll go as an unearned run, and the Bootleggers have a 5-1 lead. We've played 2. Let's go to the third. We move to the top half of the third inning. We'll see ourselves a new pitcher here for the Bootleggers. Final line for Eric Peterson: 2 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts with 1 hit batter. He exits after facing 9 batters. Devin Blankenship will lead off here against the new left-hander. Matt Lascano takes over on the hill. 5-1, Bootleggers lead it as we open up the third inning. First pitch will be swung on and missed, and it's an 0-1 count. Devin Blankenship, Michael Carnazzo, and Ethan Johnson for the Coyotes looking up at 4. 0-1. Ground ball to short. Greg Pavin on the backhand. It's got a long throw coming. He kept his foot on the bag, and the ground out goes across the diamond. 6-3 for the first out. It's 5 in a row retired. Back to the top of the order, Michael Carnazzo. Lascano making his 6th appearance of the year, his 5th out of the bullpen. He's tossed 11 innings. Entering today, 7 pitchers who have made an appearance for the Bootleggers. 4 of them have pitched 11 innings. Here's a hot shot to first, handled by Dalton Cram, and there's 2 outs.
That was a good snag by Dalton.
It was.
Good pop up on the arm side. That's always tough to have to shorten the arm. You're putting your forearm back against the rest of your arm. That's always one of the toughest catches to try to make, especially off the hop.
Brings up Ethan Johnson. Again, Sam, in case you missed that one, I have more on that. So 7 pitchers have made an appearance for the Bootleggers this year, entering today. 4 of them with 11 innings pitched exactly, as pitch misses 1-0. And 2 of them with 6.1 innings exactly. That's spreading the wealth. How bizarre is that? The only one that has the odd man number out is Quinn Bennett, 9 1/3 this year. How bizarre. 2-0 here on Ethan Johnson. He walked or rather was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning, the lone run for the Coyotes. 5-1 Bootleggers. We're in the third. Lefty kicks and deals and comes home. Lifted out of play. 2-1. Down and in. Trying to make quick work here. 31 the count. That'll miss off the plate. Second walk issued here to the Coyotes batters. Ethan Johnson still doesn't have a at-bat today as he takes first base on the 2-out walk. First walk issued today for Lascano. Wes Crockett comes back up. He went down looking back in the first. Matt Lascano, Palomar College left-hander, 5'9", 185 out of Murrieta. Beautiful area here in California.
That's just a nice name, Murrieta.
Yeah.
Makes me think of home. Good old Marietta,
Marietta, Georgia. Yeah, that's right. Pitches high and out to Wes Crockett. 1 ball and no strikes.
I'm kind of surprised that Marietta has a higher population than Murrieta.
We got a lot of cities around here, man.
Yeah.
They call it a balk. So Ethan Johnson will take second base. Swing and a miss. When the Bootleggers come to bat in their half of the third inning, it's the middle of the order. Colin Jensen, Tommy Eisenstadt, and Dalton Cram. Wes Crockett trying to get the Coyotes back on the board. Tried to call time there. 2-1. Well, talk about learning moments. One right there. Don't take your hand off the bat. Because had that been a strike, you wouldn't have been ready to swing at it. He barely took his hand off of it. That's where you just yell for it. Didn't grant him time. Ball gets away. Again, you just don't want to take your hand off the bat there. Especially because I mean, you should be heard in the stadium calling for time. If you're not ready to hit, make it known. I need a second. Blue, 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 time, time, time. Runner on third base. That's the first wild pitch for Lascano today. 2 outs in the inning still. Coming home. On the edge for strike 2. Full count.
I don't think I ever called time in my baseball career.
You didn't catch then.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't. Well, I caught 1 game in rec ball.
There you go. That doesn't count. Payoff pitch. In the air towards right center field. 3 converge. The second baseman Gonzalez almost got taken out from the legs. Rich Myers slides in safely, and he's ready for the 4th of July slip and slide. That's going to finish off the top of the third of the home half. Bootleggers holding on to a 5-1 lead. To the bottom of the third inning. First pitch, a strike here from Dale Bratz as he opens up the inning here against Colin Jensen. Jensen flew out on a pop-up to second base back in the first inning. That was the first out of that aforementioned first inning. He's deep in the count here at 0-2. 5-1, 4 runs in the first inning for the Bootleggers, a lone run in the second. They've scored those runs on 2 hits thus far, both of which are singles. 0-2 pitch. Didn't chase it. I like the idea for Bratz to go off speed in the dirt and bury it.
Yeah, he's getting the high strike call against Colin Jensen. The first at bat he had, the 2 high ones that he had to kind of take out of the box for a second and regain the consciousness.
In the air to left center field. It'll be Braden Holiday to quarterback the play, put it away. And that's the first out here of the third inning. That is the first time today that Dale Bratz has gotten the first batter he faces of a frame.
There you go, Dale.
There you go. Looking up. Tommy Eisenstadt, sac fly to left back in the first inning to bring home a run. 1 out and the base is clear. First pitch, line to left center field. He's got himself a base knock. Third hit of the day for the Leggers. Puts a runner aboard at first with 1 out.
Yeah, that's a really good approach from a left-handed hitter on the first pitch he sees in an at-bat. Taking it the other way, typically it takes you a few pitches just to get back in the swing of it, especially against Bratz, who threw him a few in the zone the last time.
That's now hits in 3 of his last 4 games for Tommy Eisenstadt.
There you go, Tommy.
Went hitless in just 1 plate appearance yesterday with a strikeout against the Blue Sox. First pitch backs away Dalton Cram. Speaking of hits, he had 1 in the first, and that also brought home a run. It was an RBI single. That's hits in back-to-back now for Cram. 1-0 pitch. Dalton thinks otherwise and takes a strike. 1-1. Crowd is fleshed out a little bit more here today. A couple of families in attendance for this Saturday morning. Again, happy 4th of July to everybody. Hopefully your weekend is safe, happy, and fun. I know ours is. In the air towards right field. Going to drift him back. Angling towards the alleyway to haul it in is Shane Lamas. Back to first base goes Eisenstadt. Ball got away, but backing it up nicely. So a fly out to right for the second out of the inning. Ball was struck pretty well.
Yeah, that was a good read and a good turn at the end by Lamas. He originally didn't have the right jump on it and made a few steps over to the right and able to get it down near the knee.
He's able to adjust on time. Just on time.
Adjust,
just on time. John McCutcheon, a fielder's choice to end the first. Takes one inside, near the belt, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, speaking of families, man, we saw Ryan Rodriguez have
a
crew out here
last
yesterday.
night. Yeah, Ryan Rodriguez of the Palm Springs Power had a toda la familia. Nice stop by Miyazawa. 2-0.
Al mundo.
La gente. Okay. Foul back. 2-1 here on McCutcheon. He grounds one towards second base. Johnson to his left. Ranges and ends the inning. That's a nice frame for Dale Bratz. He gives out a 1-out single, but that's it. Gets a couple of flyouts and a ground out to wrap up the third inning. We move to the fourth. It's 5-1 Bootleggers. Sam Walters has your play-by-play when we come back. 3 innings complete as we move to the 4th for the Coyotes. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error committed in the field. For the Bootleggers, 5 runs. They've done it now on 3 hits, a single hit in every frame thus far, and have committed no errors as we move to the 4th. Mason Velasquez will lead things off for the Coyotes to take you through the next couple innings. Here's my buddy, Sam Walters.
First pitch from the lefty. Lascano working against Mason Velasquez, swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Velasquez able to do the damage for the Coyotes so far. Had the RBI double in the first to put them on the board. He flies that one out to right. High in the air, chasing is the first baseman, Cram, but it'll give way to Graham Gonzalez, who makes the first catch for the top of the 4th.
I like that from Graham Gonzalez to be able to take charge in that play. Cram's kind of leaning back awkwardly in that. Much better angle for Graham Gonzalez. He recognizes that. Says, don't worry, I got you.
Love a little second baseman love.
Yeah.
Guys are mostly fielding ground outs out there, so anytime you can get one in the air. First pitch misses outside to Connor Leard. Leard, the DH, he walked his first time up. Sees one in the dirt, 2-0. Bootleggers leading this one 5-1. 2 solid innings from Eric Peterson. Pass the ball over to Lascano, who earns the outside corner with a strike, 2-1. Rides inside. 3-1 to Connor Leard.
A lot of off speed from Lascano right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give anything too easy. Guys are searching for the fastball, and he's not giving it to them. There's one. He puts the fastball past Leard. Here's the full count pitch. Takes it downstairs. Leard aboard with the second walk of the day. Second walk allowed by Matt Lascano. Here's Braden Holiday. I made a bold claim before the game about Braden. I was just looking down my lineup cards and said, you know, I feel like Braden might hit a home run today.
Coyotes would take it right here.
Yeah. That'll be a one way to get you back in the game. Sees a fastball outside, 1-0. Center fielder struck out looking his first time up. We know the kind of bat he possesses. 1-0 rides inside. Matt Lascano worked out of relief in all but one of his outings so far this season. He has been the go-to guy out of the pen. That one is flipped out to center. In the air, chasing is Henry Wright. He's under it for the second out of the inning. Two lazy pops and a walk. Brings up Shane Lamas. Right fielder flew out his first time up. Who does Shane think he is? An Ohio State player with all those stickers on the back of his helmet? Got a whole lot of marks.
Is that for how many sacks he has this last year?
Maybe.
Touchdowns?
It's like every big play, right? They give a sticker.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I wasn't a football guy. So.
I think you can get him in practice, too.
Huh.
It's 0-1 to Lamas. That one's popped in the air. Under is the third baseman, Tommy Eisenstadt. He's got it. That ends the top of the 4th. Lascano gives up a walk. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Bootleggers still leading this one 5-1. Bootleggers up for more at-bats versus Bratz. We're in the bottom of the fourth. They lead at 5-1 over the Coyotes. Well, Dale Bratz is still pitching through 3 innings of work. Had a slow start, 2 walks and 2 hit by pitches. First pitch is in there to Ryan Hoskins for a called strike. It was 4 straight that reached. All 4 ended up scoring in the top of the first, but he settled down since then. Gave up a run in the second and had a clean inning in the third. Pitch misses is 1-1. We've seen many guys go out there and have a slow start, be able to work their way through, go long into the game and be rewarded for it. Foul back to the screen. Most namely Brendan Maskell from the Snowbirds. We saw him hang in there, gave up a couple of runs back in the first few innings of that game and ended up getting the win in an 8-7 final over the Bombers. Being able to hang in there, let your offense reward you. That one's popped high in the air behind the backstop. Josh Miyazawa giving chase, but it'll get out of play. That one got into the stands, but it's not exactly popsicle weather. Go through a lot of baseballs. A lot of baseball being played here at both stadiums. And a lot of territory. Found a few of them snuck their way out into the left field bleachers. Was over there last night taking some batting practice. Rung him up. Strike 3. Dale Bratz. Believe it or not, that is his first strikeout here today. Able to catch Ryan Hoskins looking for the first out at the bottom of the fourth. It's a good sign. Bratz has really started to find his groove. Only gave up a base hit in the third. Otherwise, he's worked clean. Greg Pavin, the shortstop, digs in. Flew out his first time up. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Like to see this. We've seen so much more success from Bratz when he works ahead of batters. Misses high is 1-1. Gives you the variability. Go ahead and throw a few out of the zone and see if guys are chasing. Almost fouled off the plate. Seems like the only guy that's really been able to time up an at-bat versus Bratz so far was Nathan Beckley's single back in the second. Some of the other base hits we've seen not as solid of contact. That one's grounded to short. Carnazzo fields it, throws to first, and it's up the line. Gets past Velasquez. Digging into second is Pavin. He's going to get in there and get the tag out. Pavin tried to stretch it to a double. It didn't skip too far away in the first base foul territory. Clean throw to second erases him. Got to be aware you can't just take the free base. You got to make sure that you got enough room to get all the way 90 feet over. 2 outs in the first pitch is skied into center field. Braden Holiday moves over, and he's got it. Dale Bratz faces the minimum here in the bottom of the fourth. He's still looking for the lead. Coyotes trail 5-1. It'll be 8, 9, and 10 due up for the Coyotes versus Matt Lascano, starting his third full inning of work. Miyazawa, Musgrave, and Blankenship due up. First pitch to Miyazawa misses inside. Another one high and tight. It's 2-0. So Lascano came in after Peterson went 2 innings, gave up 1 run. RBI double by Mason Velasquez. It's the only run allowed by Bootleggers pitching today. Swung on and missed by Miyazawa. It's 2-1. Next pitch from Lascano, tried the outside corner and missed by about an inch. 3 balls and 1 strike to the catcher, who struck out back in the second. There's the call. Another full count for Lascano. Seen 2 so far in this outing. One of them able to induce a pop-up, the other one went as a walk. Full count pitch. Foul back to the screen. Lascano from the windup. Here's another full count pitch. One's popped out of play on the left field. Another payoff. That one misses. Miyazawa aboard. Third walk allowed by Matt Lascano. Lascano's allowed a free pass in every inning of work, but those have been the only base runners he's allowed. This one leads off the top of the 5th. Brings up Randy Musgrave Jr. From the stretch, that one misses high, 1-0. Musgrave, the extra hitter today. One was in there for a called strike. Some action in the Bootleggers bullpen. That's Xavier Jacobs warming up. One from Lascano. Catches the outside corners. 1-2 to Musgrave. Musgrave, the extra hitter, he grounded out to short his first time up. Ground ball would do wonders here for the Bootleggers. That one fouled back. Man, if that one hadn't hit the screen, if it rose about a foot more, it might have been in my hand. I'm still searching for my first foul ball of the season. Steve got one on within the first week. Might have been the second or third day. You know, I'm not jealous. Not the jealous type. Would never be jealous. Jealousy, who's that? 1-2. Swings on a pitch inside and fouled it back again. Musgrave won for his first 9 at the plate so far this season. Trying to get the Coyotes back in this ball game. Runner at first takes off. Pitch misses low. Throw down to second is going to be late. Swipe bag for Josh Miyazawa. Catchers with wheels. It's the first stolen bag for Miyazawa this season. Two balls and 2 strikes to Musgrave. Swings on the off speed and misses every stitch. First strikeout for Matt Lascano. That's the first out here in the top of the 5th. I'd say he took about 10 miles per hour off of that one. Really fooled Musgrave. One out and a runner in scoring position for Devin Blankenship. First pitch outside, 1-0. Oh, pardon, this is actually going to be a pinch hitter. Caden Miller's going to come in. We're in the 10th spot of the lineup for the Coyotes. Spin throw back to second. Miyazawa back in standing. So Caden Miller pinch hitting for Devin Blankenship. Saw him at shortstop just the other day. One-0 from Lascano, catches the outside corner, a throw back to second from Nathan Beckley is late. Caden Miller out of Centralia College. In the dirt. Slow start for Miller, only one for his first 13 at the plate, but he has 4 runs scored thanks to a few walks and 2 hit by pitches. It's 2-1 to the pinch hitter. Miyazawa threatening at second on the base path. Now one misses inside, 3-1. This is the one area we've seen Lascano struggle with, is working not only out of the stretch, but especially when runners are giving him a hard time on the base path. We've already seen him balk once today. That was back in the 3rd. A 3-1. Catches the zone. Another full count pitch coming from Lascano. Three balls and 2 strikes to Caden Miller. Here's the pitch. Able to poke that one in the air to right field, chasing is Rich Myers. He's under it for the second out, tagging from second and now stopping in his tracks is Miyazawa. Good cutoff by Greg Pavin, chased him back to the bag. So Lascano able to get out of another full count. Top of the lineup now for the Coyotes, Michael Carnazzo. 1 for 2 today with the single back in the first. Lefty on lefty. First pitch is smoked into center. Chasing is the center fielder Henry Wright. He'll be there to make the grab. So after allowing a leadoff walk in the top of the 5th, Matt Lascano able to work through it. Bootleggers are still leading this game over the Coyotes 5-1. Bottom of the fifth, a couple of defensive swaps for the Coyotes. Caden Miller remains in the game to play second base, and Ethan Johnson will move over to third. Means Devin Blankenship has left the field. It's the longest outing of the season for Dale Bratz. He gets a first pitch swing, popped out to shallow right field. Caden Miller able to handle that one for the first out on the first pitch. Well, the longest before today that Dale Bratz has gone is 3 innings. Oh, pardon. Longest he's gone is maybe just over 3 batters. He's gone 1 1/3 before today. This is longest outing by far of the season. He has really found his groove since allowing 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Another first pitch popped out to right field. This time Shane Lamas coming in. He'll make the grab. 2 pitches and 2 outs for Bratz. This is exactly what the Coyotes need out of him. A lot of guys in their pen being saved for the game tonight. The PSCL uncommitted's playing against the Power tonight at 5:05. Maybe you can imagine one of those guys going an inning, but with the game being so early, there's not much recovery time. They really needed Bratz to go in this game and work well, and he has really settled in. First pitch strike to Rich Myers. Myers 0 for 1 was hit by pitch and scored with the bases loaded in the first. Oh, misses outside. It's 1-1 to the right fielder.
We're talking about it a little bit yesterday, Sam, how we're curious to see how the latter game works, the game on July 6th.
That one's flipped out to left field. In the air, under it is Crockett. He'll make the grab in an easy 1-2-3 inning for Dale Bratz.
Look at Dale Bratz. Had he not gotten an error charged in the 4th inning,
that would have been his second straight 1-2-3.
that would have been 8 in a row retired if it weren't for that error.
And that error was sat down on the next play. Actually sat down in the same play.
Yeah.
So good on Dale Bratz. He's working well right now. Bat still looking to wake up for him. Coyotes still trailing in this one 5-1. Coyotes have 6 outs to play with to try to get the lead back. They trail 5-1 to the Bootleggers. They'll have to do it through a new arm for the Bootleggers, as Xavier Jacobs making his first appearance of the season on the mound. First pitch in there for a called strike to Ethan Johnson.
Jacobs, kid out of Aldine High School in Houston, Texas. Made a couple of appearances during his prep days on the mound.
Fastball threw out of his hat. It's 0-2 to Johnson.
Final line on Matt Lascano. 3 innings, hitless and scoreless. 3 walks and a strikeout. Nice and clean aside from those 3 free passes. Look good today.
0-2 pitch, runs inside. Now Lascano has really been a go-to guy for the Bootleggers, able to work 3 clean, hitless, scoreless innings. 3 above the minimum, all 3 on free passes. 1-2. Breaking ball, nubbed out to third. Handling that is Eisenstadt, the long throw across, and they call him safe. Dalton Cram had to jump off the bag to receive the throw. Thought he might get back with the gravity, bring him down to the bag, but just late. Good on Ethan Johnson hustling down the line. Goes in.
Got to give that a throwing error. Would have beat him. Good throw would have got him.
So Johnson reaches on the air to open up the top of the 6th. First error on the Bootleggers today. Here's Wes Crockett. First pitch rides inside, just 1-0. Left fielder 0 for 2 today with the strikeout. His bat here could give some much needed life to this Coyotes lineup. That one in the dirt. Good pick and throw back to first, just late. Johnson in there sliding. Velasquez behind Crockett in the order already has an RBI that scored the only run of the day so far for the Oats. Good opportunity to start a rally here. Jacobs out of the stretch. Here's a 2-0. Fastball catches the inside corner. Bootleggers in a similar situation as the Coyotes with their pitching staff, a few of them being reserved for the game tonight. Throw back to first. A few of those guys, Matthew Atencio.
I got something for you here today, Sam, on Xavier Jacobs.
Tell me. That one smacked out to left field, but foul.
I remember finding this when we're doing our research before the season started for all 6,000 players that we have here in the PSCL.
Yes.
And this is one that really stuck out to me, and I can't remember where I found this, but I found this. High school for Xavier Jacobs. 5.94 GPA.
They make them that high?
That's what I thought.
A good breaking ball rides just a bit below, and it's a full count to Crockett.
What was he, going to Yale in his spare time? How is that mathematically possible? I forgot where I found that. Should have wrote it down where I found it, but 5.94 GPA?
That is quite insane. Good on you, Xavier Jacobs. You are much more academically
Well,
sound
everything. He's better
I
than
am.
us, both of us.
Yeah.
Duh. In every way.
Here's a full count to Crockett. That one's popped back behind the plate. Chasing is Nathan Beckley. It's going to get out of play.
I can't even count that high.
A 5.94.
Yeah. Where did I find that? Now it's going to drive me nuts.
I really only thought that the highest the GPA could go was 5. I guess some places have a 6. And if so, that means that he was really going at it. I think the difference is because if you take advanced placement classes and college courses, you can earn the extra points, the extra credits. But that also means you have to be taking a vast majority of your classes in either interbaccalaureate or AP, which I could only do so many of. I took band once a semester, so that was, I had a crutch. Another full count, breaking ball waved on and missed by Wes Crockett. First strikeout for Xavier Jacobs. First time we seen him go with the slow looping curveball, and that one really had Crockett off balance.
Sam, as Mason Velasquez comes to the plate, he was the last guy to pick up a hit for this Coyotes team all the way back in the first inning when he doubled home the only run.
That's right.
We're in the 6th inning.
Eric Peterson worked a 1-2-3 in the second. Lascano did not give up a hit in 3 innings of relief. Jacobs allowed the runner on the air by his third baseman, but he's now worked ahead. It's 0-1 to Mason Velasquez. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Bootleggers leading this one 5-1. But the Coyotes threatening. Cleanup hitter at bat now with the runner at first. 0-1, swung on it in the dirt. Got some good stuff working if you can get Mason Velasquez that off balance. Quick throw to first. Gets past the first baseman, Dalton Cram. Ethan Johnson will dig into second. That was a quick snap throw by Jacobs, and it looks like it even caught Dalton Cram off balance. So 2 errors have put Ethan Johnson at second. Velasquez down 0-2. Here's the pitch. That one's grounded to second. And it gets under the glove of Graham Gonzalez. 3 errors here in the top of the 6th have allowed the Coyotes to score again. It's now 5-2. Chipping away at that lead. Velasquez reaches first.
That's a second through the legs we've seen today.
Guys spending a little bit too much time thinking of where to throw and where the play is going until they can actually get their play done.
That is perhaps the most unearned run I may have ever seen. E5, E1, E4 to bring them on and home.
No debating that one. That one misses down low to Connor Leard. Well, Xavier Jacobs will be out of this inning at the moment. Misses down low. Pardon, that was called a strike. It was 1-1. Leard no at bats today. Seen the plate twice and walked twice. The 1-1. Breaking ball loops into the zone. 1-2. Velasquez at first, only 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Coyotes have struck for another run. Still looking up at 3. The 1-2 from Jacobs. Sits on the breaking ball, lines it out to left field. Handled by Colin Jensen for the second out. So twice over, Xavier Jacobs should be out of this inning. We'll have at least one more batter to face, and it's Braden Holiday. Center fielder's 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. First pitch, breaking ball in the zone, 0-1. Well, he was going with the fastball early, saw guys were starting to recognize the pitch and starting to find it in the zone easily. Going with the breaking ball a lot more now. Goes with it again and gets a foul ball.
Xavier Jacobs, by the way, back on that GPA point. Summa cum laude.
In high school?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's flip to the right side. Gonzalez able to track it down, and his throw to first misses wide. Another error for the Bootleggers is going to put 2 in scoring position. Velasquez is rounding third, and he made it out of play.
The dugout. Yeah, ball went into the dugout.
So Velasquez will have to hold up at 3.
The 4th error of the inning. What's happening?
Things unraveling for the Bootleggers. Xavier Jacobs once again should have been out of this inning 2 batters ago.
Put the ball in butter? Oh, we haven't seen anything like this in the PSCL this year. This is uncharacteristic.
And you got to feel for Xavier Jacobs. He would have continued a scoreless streak for the relief pitchers here in the Bootleggers bullpen. But
he's been out of this inning multiple times. E5, E1, and 2 E4s, and he's not going to get out of this inning. Got a feel for him. He did what he had to do.
None of those runs are charged to him as earned. But he's going to depart with 2 runners in scoring position and a run already across. It's 5-2 still for the Bootleggers, but threatening here are the Coyotes. 2 runners in scoring position, and it'll be a new left-handed arm out of the pen. Well, Xavier Jacobs came in for his first pitching appearance of the season. We've seen him in the infield multiple times for the Bootleggers. His infield failed him 3 times. Induced 3 ground balls, one of them a throwing error. 2 of them a throwing error, and one of them got under the wickets of Graham Gonzalez. 2 runners in scoring position for the Coyotes, threatening with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. It'll be Ben Eisenhower in relief. Is able to get a foul ball from Shane Lamas.
Eisenhower's really been used this year. This is his 7th relief appearance. This is the 11th game, or 12th game, rather.
And he's pitched 11 innings, is able to get a fly ball, shallow left field. Coming in and making a diving grab is Colin Jensen. There's the glove. Bootleggers able to work out of this, only giving up 1. They strand 2 in scoring position. Coyotes still trailing 5-2 heading to the bottom of the 6th. Dale Bratt's back for the bottom of the 6th. They'll face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Bootleggers. The orange and white lead this one 5-2. Coyotes able to tack on 1 in the top of this frame. First pitch skied out of play. Here to take you the rest of the way, Steve Granato.
Thank you, Samuel. Nice work here today. Colin Jensen, a pair of flyouts today. One pop out to second, one fly out to center. Bootleggers haven't scored since the 2nd inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 5-2 contest. Tie and tie with this one, 1-1.
Really impressed by how Dale Bratz has bounced back.
Oh, yeah. I was just about to bring that up, Sam. After a rough first 2 innings, has allowed just 1 hit, no walks, no hit batters. Just 2 base runners. One was on an error. Just missed nicking his jersey. 2 balls and 1 strike. This is game 1 of our day. Coming up after this one, slated for an 11:30 start here, which is in about 50 minutes or so, 49 minutes if you're crazy. Haymakers and Lumberjacks coming up after this one. Getting that game slated for an 11:30 start. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, come on back.
I wonder how this outing would have went for Dale Bratz.
There's a little dribbler off the foot. 3-2.
I wonder how it would have went if he got to play in the second game of the day, because I think something that makes this a totally different ball game is that you're playing starting at 9 o'clock. You get to the field at 8 o'clock. If he had gotten a little bit more time to warm up, maybe just a little bit more time before the game, before he had to go out there and pitch, would he have given up 2 walks and 2 by pitches that would have put him down 4-0 in the first?
I don't know. That's a good point. 3-2. Coming at me. Just under my hand.
Go Gadget extendo
Yeah,
arm.
I need the Matthew Broderick Go Gadget toothpaste.
I'll play Mr. Fantastic.
Sun is starting to peek through a little bit on these clouds, but we're still engulfed. Got him to chase it upstairs. Second strikeout for Dale Bratz. And he gets rid of 1 here in the 6th.
Those 5 runs allowed in the first 2 innings. Just the slow start, able to work out of it.
Staring at us in the soul.
Yeah.
Of those 5 runs, 4 earned. They'll run in the second unearned on an error. Coyotes defense has committed 2 of those today. First pitch up and out to Tommy Eisenstadt. Only one that has the number on Bratz truly today. A sac fly in the first inning and an RBI, and also a single in the 3rd. He's the last one to get a hit. 2-0. Two and 1. Likely to be Bratz the whole way today. What they needed. 2-2. Two pitch. Didn't chase it. Eisenstadt hasn't taken the bat off the shoulders yet.
Dale is sitting around 90 pitches at the moment.
Foul tipped, hung on by Mizawa. And that'll be back-to-back Ks. For Dale Bratz, he got both of them upstairs in the zone. First one was a 3-2. That was a 2-2. First time we've seen 2 strikeouts in a row on either side of the card. Dalton Cram will try to keep this inning alive. He had an RBI single in the first. He's 1 for 2 today.
Dale Bratz aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
Who does he think he is, Justin Verlander?
No, he's crumbling like an old cookie. Upstairs with it, 1 ball and no strikes. We are near Palm Springs Airport, only a couple of miles away, and it is a full-fledged air show today, down and in. We have seen a biplane or 2, a couple of looks like old World War II planes flying around today as well. Gotta imagine, nice day for flying. Not a ton of sun. 3 balls and no strikes. That's in for a strike, 3-1. This one lined out towards second and just underneath the glove of the second baseman, Caden Miller. So that'll get down for the first hit for the Bootleggers since the 3rd inning. And if he scratched the first 2 frames for Dale Bratz, that's just the 3rd base runner he's allowed.
And only 2 of them by his own accord.
Yeah. John McCutcheon to the plate now to try and add to this 5-2 Bootleggers lead. First pitch popped up infield. Who takes charge? It will be the second baseman, Caden Miller. So no harm, no foul here in the 6th. He's giving them the work. We go to the 7th. Last chance for the Coyotes, trailing 5-2.
Bratz is dad from Canada.
Oh, hi. Welcome. Last chance for the Coyotes, trailing 5-2 as we enter the 7th. Ben Eisenhower back out to the hill, looking to lock this thing down as we go there. Josh Miyazawa, the catcher, will lead things off. Walked his last time up, struck out in the 2nd. First pitch offered at and sent to the press box. It's 0-1. Miyazawa, then Musgrave Jr. and Caden Miller, the scheduled hitters, 8, 9, and 10. One day I'll get used to the 10 batters. Also have a programming correction for you. Game 2 today is Bombers and Colonials. Bombers Colonials at 11:30. Downstairs and in.
Kind of fitting to see the Colonials the day before Independence Day.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up.
And Bombers, I guess, too.
For fireworks.
Right.
Just missed off the plate, 2-1. Miyazaki trying to reach for the 2nd time today. He takes one on the corner for strike 2. This is not a save for Eisenhower. He came into the ball game when it was 5-2. The only way it could become a safe situation is if a runner reaches second base. Wait, am I incorrect? I am incorrect. Yes, this is a safe situation. I beg your pardon. This one will be popped out, and that's the first out of the inning. So this is a safe situation. So there's one gone here in the 7th. I had ventured he came into the 5-1 ball game. That run had already scored by the time he came in. For a strike 0-1, this is Randy Musgrave Jr. Pitchers of record are Matt Lascano. He stands to win this ball game. And on the hook for the loss is Dale Bratz because of those 5 runs in the first 2 innings. One and one. You erase those first 2 innings. It's 1-0. Coyotes. One to Musgrave Jr., who's 0 for 2 today. He chased it outside. It's 1-2. Can't overstate how important it was for Bratz to bounce back today. 2-2. In the air, first base side. Cram sees it, and there's 2 gone here in the 7th. We will take a short break after this one, of course, and then ramp up. Looks like we should start on time for Game 2. Again, 11:30. One more time, Colonials Bombers. Apologize for the programming mistake earlier. Caden Miller, the last hope for the Coyotes. Bootleggers on the verge of snapping a 2-game skid and finding their 5th win of the season. Should they hang on here? One ball, no strikes. Pitch to Miller. 2-0. Caden Miller came in as a pinch hitter, then took over at second base. That happened in the 5th inning. And his only trip to the plate, he flew out to right field. So he's 0 for 1 today. 2-0. On the edge. Gave him the black. It's 2-1. That aforementioned game we thought was here. The Lumberjacks Haymakers is getting warm over there on the turf field in right field. In the air down the left field line. Hooking out of play. And it's game time here at Palm Springs Stadium. The Coyotes are down to their final strike. Coyotes have struck out just 5 times today. Two and 2 from Eisenhower. Missed down and off the plate. Breaking ball got away from him. Fill up the count. 3-2, here it comes. And just staying alive is Caden Miller. That's K-A-D-I-N, Caden. We need one more baseball, folks. Plate umpire ran out. Take your time now. There we go. Get a couple of them just in case. Just got to make one pitch right here. Here comes another 3-2. Lifted towards right center field. This should do it. And Rich Myers puts it away. That will finish off the contest. Final score, 5-2. Bootleggers get all their runs in the first 2 innings. Don't need anything else. Mostly because Dale Bratz didn't give them anything else. He settled down, but does end up taking the loss here today as we wrap this one up just shy of 11 a.m. With the victory, that snaps a 2-game skid here. And improving to 5-5-2 are the Bootleggers. The loss for the Coyotes drops them back under the 500 mark at 5-6. That's going to just about do it for us here today. Again, Lascano gets the win. Bratz suffers the loss. Next game coming up here in a little over half an hour. We should start on time for Colonials and Bombers. coming up at 11:30. Game 2 of our 3-game coverage today. Again, don't forget tonight, the PSCL All-Star Uncommitted team to face off with the Palm Springs Power. That ball game tonight at 5:05. For my broadcast partner, Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. One last time for you. Bootleggers 5, Coyotes 2. We'll talk to you here in about a half an hour, but if we don't, enjoy what's left of your Saturday and your Independence Day weekend, everybody.